gonna be a quick video because it is like friggin' 20 degrees right now. It's cold. Good morning, Mitch Otto. What is going on? But I will actually be having 2 videos posting tonight. I will be premiering famous astrobiologist and author Professor Chandra Wickramansingh today at about 2 or 3 p.m., 4 p.m. on my YouTube channel right here. And I will be premiering live today. It's up Indigo Child right here on my Soul Station radio, right here on Exploring the Ka. Professor Chandra Wickramansingh, Professor Chandra, he will be premiering today on my YouTube channel. And then tonight I will be doing a live broadcast during the winter storm here in New York in the Northeast. This is another spirit in stone right here. This statue is another very lifelike statue of Don Bosco and Dominic Savio, both saints. Don Bosco, of course, has resurrection miracles attributed to him. He brought people back from the dead with his spiritual powers while living. And of course, he's well known for his protege, Dominic Savio. What's up, Pleiadian pilot? So I'm going to share with you guys some very interesting information here before we go. This is going to be a quick video because it is really cold out right now. The snow is in the air. You can see we're surrounded by the mountains here in the lower Hudson Valley. And you could see in the title of this video, very interesting title that has to do with the Trump campaign, the election campaign that we have, and the cosmic transformation. The wars going on between dimensionalities, between 3D and 4D, to what we ultimately transform into in 5D. That's what's going on. The universe is going through a transformation. Our planet and the species on our planet are going through a transformation. 4D of time, the realm of time, the dimension of time, is absorbing 3D reality. And depending on this war between 4D and 3D depends on what we transform into in the 5D. And our dream time is cultivating our 5D life. And right now, December 21st, 2020, what we call in Italian folklore and mysticism, Italian mystics call it Festa dell'Inferno, the feast of the winter solstice, La Festa dell'Inferno. This is also the time of the wolf. This is the time where higher dimensional, hybrid wolf-like beings literally migrate through dimensions. And right now, I have done powerful meditations and readings. And during some of my remote viewings, I'm going to share a little bit here with you now to get the full articles. So you can check out at your leisure. Go to patreon.com/themysticalspiral. I already posted one article yesterday. The second one is written. I just got to type it out. It's going up today. Actually, right after this video, I'm going to be doing it. I did an article yesterday on some of my remote viewings that I've been releasing on my Patreon. And of course, I have done powerful scrying and remote viewings associated with what's going on with our election and what's transpiring during this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction as we're stepping into Aquarius on December 21st, 2020, during La Festa dell'Inferno, during the winter solstice, one of the powerful transformations and shifts of the year. The equinox, the solstice, these are powerful transformation alignments, powerful codes that are activated within this realm on these days. And the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, from what I pulled in, it needs to be shared because no one else has, that I've heard, has brought up this fact. Maybe no one else has tapped into it. But my buddy Masaki even points out how interesting it is, because Trump, from what I heard from Masaki and from other people that have done his horoscope and astrology readings, he has the star Caput Algol in his mid-life career, mid-heaven, which is very interesting because when I did a psychic reading, if you want to call it, or a remote viewing, whatever you'd like to label it, on our Jupiter-Saturn conjunction happening, I was getting visions and symbols and all sorts of higher dimensional information about the star system called Caput Algol, that during this Jupiter-Saturn alignment, this star will be influenced in a very special way, and something will be transported from this star into our atmosphere, into our dimension. Some sort of influence is coming from there. I can't pinpoint what it is exactly, but it has to do with some sort of computer type stuff. Literally. So, Caput Algol is basically an eclipsing binary star, and from what I saw, it's actually a triple star. This is why they call it the blinking demon, even, because it's a binary, which means it's a blinking star. All right, but I think it's actually a triple star, and one of these three stars connected with it is going to be where the activity is activating on December 21st, 2012. This is when it activates. And you know, this star is one of the most, you could really check out some of the information on my Patreon, but it's one of the most malevolent stars in our star system, in our sky, in our universe. And this goes back for thousands of years in occultism and astrology, right? They looked at this star. The name Caput Algol actually comes from Ras, the Arabian Ras Al Ghul, right? Ras Al Ghul, which basically means like Ra, the god of ghouls, right? Because Ra is an Arabian and Egyptian god, and then Al or El also means god, and then Gol or Ghoul could be ghoul, right? But it's also looked at as the demon's head. This star was literally called Lilith at first, and then the Hebrews changed it from Lilith to Rosh HaSatan, the head of Satan. Similarly, the Greeks do call this the Medusa's head or the Gorgon's head, right? And even I think there's another culture that calls it the demon's head as well. And some of the even the Chinese basically call this star like dead bodies piled up is what it translates to, basically their name for the star. So this is known as one of the most malevolent stars, one of the darkest vibrational energies coming from this star system. But it also was used by mystic and sorcerers to block from evil as well. And when I did a reading on both the campaign and this alignment happening in December, the outcome, everything that's happening right now, I got a powerful connection between Trump and this star, a powerful connection between this star and Jupiter and Saturn, and a lot of interesting information associated with it. And I do think it's directly linked to what's transpiring. And you guys can find that information at patreon.com/themysticalspiral. What's up, everybody? Miss me, Yaldabaoth, well, you know, that's going into the Gnostic, you know, it depends. I mean, you got to break, if you want to talk about the Nag Hammadi, you want to talk about Ugaritic, there's just names for these same gods. So you could call it Yaldabaoth or whatever, but they're just different cultures that are using these names. Morning, Jenny. Morning, Martina, Mitch, Palladium Pilot, Indigo, whoever else is out there. Thank you guys for joining me. It is really freaking cold out here. I am freezing my butt off. So we're gonna be out soon. You see the cosmic honkers are here. Check out my buddies real quick. You know, even the ancient Egyptian god Amun was seen as the great honker, the great geese, the great goose. This one tree right here is these, there's one there right now. Right here, this one tree right here, always, there's usually 3 or 4 ravens that pop up at the same time on this tree. Right now, there's one of them there, I just noticed. I didn't know he was there at first, but he's there, right there. That guy. A lot of times when I'm here, 3 or 4 of them will just pop up out of nowhere right on that tree. That same tree every time. And they don't have a nest in that tree or anything, but they're very majestic and they pop up without a sound. It's almost like they almost bilocated there somehow or teleported there, because all of a sudden they'll show up there, and they always show up there right before it's going to rain or snow. Always. And it's about to snow. So that's what's very interesting. You know, ravens, they predict when it's going to snow, when it's going to rain. They feel the effect before the cause. They're highly psychic, right? That's why a lot of times ravens, they'll make certain calls, a specific call right before it's going to rain. And a lot of times they'll even wet their feathers somewhere and bathe in their feathers. So they're already wetting their feathers before the rain's coming. They're getting ready for the wet. They're feeling my vibrations. Geese. Woo! We migrating the geese right now. We migrating the geese. Look at, they're talking. What's the matter? You pissed? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah. Ah. Come on, don't get mad. Alright, I'm just playing. How about I leave? Should I leave? Ah. You guys aren't even any fun. For a neck like that, you should laugh your asses off. Come on. You gotta have a sense of humor with a neck like that. Ah. Forget you. Wow. You heard them? They were yelling at me. They were pissed they had to move because I was coming. They didn't have to move. I could have walked amongst them. We could have both spread our wings. They were communicating with me. Every time I talked, they would respond. I hope you guys realize that. I was like, come on. They were like, ah, blah, blah. I'm like, come on. Blah, blah, blah. Come on. Blah, blah, blah. Whoa, that was great. Yeah, ravens, a lot of animals, they'll also let you know when it's going to rain. The heron, You know, the herons, they're, what are they else are they called? Herons too? Or, herons, or, I forget what the other name for herons are. You know, right before they're gonna cry, they'll fly towards the sea and let out a battle cry, like this battle screech.